Hi, you guys. It's MJ from Love TV. How are you? I added the TV in there because I was realizing this is Love TV YouTube, and Love is the biz that I run, which is based in my love heart vibrashe for you in this world. And ultimately, like a super pure heartfelt desire to live in a better, more harmonious world, right? Like a lot of us gravitate to the YouTube because we're like, what's happening? And then we end up, hi, Banu, how are you? And then we end up endeavoring this quote unquote spiritual awakening path or the hero's journey or an ascension or just like transformation, feeling better in these bodies. It's so monumental and in some ways like the simplest thing ever, and then in other ways like just absolutely mind-blowing. Hi, Miss Kate, how are you? Okay, so I'm gonna share this. It's not just love. It's not particularly revelatory. It's not like super excitement or anything like that, but it is a recognition that may or may not resonate with some of you around this journey and facing our shadow and processing and transforming our pain and just being really real about who we are, what we're dealing with, and all of that. And one thing that's come up via a couple of people I work with, and then actually a couple of good friends, and then hi John, and then like in my awareness was this feeling of sort of like perpetual disappointment. So all of us in this community where we're owning and transforming, or being as present and conscious as we possibly can around our emotions and like these deeper feelings and these certain patterns, maybe around our relationships or around food or around whatever, right? And it came literally like back to back via different people, and I was like, I resonate with that so hardcore. But there's this feeling of disappointment. Like it's like we're expecting to be disappointed because we've been disappointed so much. And in my awareness right now, because we're all here together sharing this is where we flip it, right? This is where we're like, aha, maha, this is the program. This is the, multiple lives and then multiple cycles possibly in this specific lifetime of getting our hopes up for like some dream or fantasy or some awesome thing to happen, and then it gets taken away from us. Right? And so it might just be that for different areas in our lives. So say in the last like maybe 2 or 3 year cycle, we've been specifically looking at our romantic relationships or our perception of love and romance. And it's more than likely it's kind of intertwined with worth and self-worth and feeling good about who we are and being worthy of surviving and thriving, not just surviving, thriving in this world. And then for a lot of us, what these last few years cycles have shown is a little bit of this broader cycle of being perpetually disappointed, of being deeply disappointed time and time and time again, to the point of just being like, honestly, just don't expect anything at all. Just don't have any expectation. Don't wish, don't want, don't desire. Just sit down, do what you're told, and realize that life is just hardship and misery, and that is all. so so we're basically integrating that as a construct. So you can see that there's these patterns within patterns, and then these bigger patterns within the patterns, and they keep reflecting back to us through one another and through our own direct experience. And so getting down into this depth of despair that so many are processing and are a little feeling sort of blindsided by, the best personally, and then almost guaranteed what works for people, it's like self-love, withdrawal, take time out for you, look at all that disappointment energy. Look at it all of us. Look at all of that disappointment energy of how tiresome this living experience has been, how divided, how corrupted, and that's another thing to kind of let the burden off. It's corrupted aspect. It's criminal stuff. It's i.e. what we're overcoming or transcending or rising up out of is and no kidding, there's perpetual disappointment in this cycle, is that we've given our power to corruption, we've given our power to enslavement, we've given our power to division, we've given our power to fear. So no wondering we're a little bit shit, like there's embarrassment and humiliation and betrayal and denial because we all sold out, right? And so there's like this essence of, yeah, like just being totally, absolutely transparent, and then at the same time, like gritty and deep and humble about the amount of work that we have from within the self. And maybe that's why and until we actually live in that perfect world, I'm a little bit less enamored or a little bit less enticed by people claiming to know it all, or people that I can do I am the next Jesus Christ, and I can do all of the healing for all of the people. I'm like, really? Why aren't you doing it? And why isn't it done then? Right? And I actually think there's a lot more of a unique and Christed experience from within the self as a unique soul. So hopefully it is my sort of vision that the humanity break free into their truly sovereign healed capacity, or like divine healing, so that we're not playing games with each other and we're not trying to power over each other. Only because I'm sniffing that out in my own reality, the subtle, yet again, another layer of subtlety of how I give power away. I just saw the congrats, John. I'm like, what is this? What is this? Sold my first albums yesterday. This is like a sign of like, yeah, when you're like punching the air. I'm ridiculous, but yay. Excitement for John. Head over to John Beanie's channel, y'all, and pick up an album. How exciting, John. You're a creative machine, my friend, but all en flow, obvi. Their guide referred to Green Mile movie and that Tom Hanks ailment is being taken off by God in jail, and that's that block out. It showed as he lets bees out of his mouth and cures. Oh, it's like energy transference. Is that what you mean? I actually feel like I've seen that movie because I have a vivid memory of that. Same way we should release our shit, right? Blocks. Yeah, and I have had that, weirdly. Not the bees coming out the mouth, but I've had healing 0 point, stand in sovereignty. Exactly. Return your power within. It's just a conscious return to self. Pretty much. And then everything becomes like self-directed and self-directed. So we're directing our consciousness. We're choosing the vision we're choosing, right? Yeah. And then there's something, and then the blocks is just part of the relentlessness of the journey when especially when we're jumping from the 3D to like the higher in embodiment. But here's the thing, I'm like, enslavement patterning is relentless as well. This is where I'm always coming at people where I'm like, okay, you can go back to that job or back to that relationship or back to that way of being when you were depressed and anxious, because you think that all this emotional processing or all this healing is like, yeah, I'm tiresome and relentless. And I'm like, yeah, but so is being depressed and anxious and suicidal in the 3D system. So is having to get up every day and go to a job that you hate. That was pretty fucking relentless too, right? So all we're doing is we're moving from one discipline, i.e. discipline to fear and enslavement, to another discipline to love and compassion. When we discipline to love and compassion, we get to hold space for ourselves, and then super powerful, and then magic things unfold. This is the sovereignty path. This is the spiritual path. This is why so many of us share our lives, because it's like, guys. And And this is, I think, the beauty of the times that we're living in is like, I'm not trying to enforce my life. I'm just going, guys, my life was really shit one time, and now it's way better because I'm doing all this stuff inside myself, and it's changing everything out there. And life is miraculous and amazing, and there's so many beautiful rewards to just like being alive. And yet, here's the thing: there's no like love and light, false light. In the elixir point of just being alive, there's highs and lows. And there's moments of like, ah, and then there's like, ah. So it's like this yeah, perpetual unfolding. Once recognized. Disappointments imply expectations. It's a painful guide. Right. Hey Brazen Air, how are you? Yeah. And there so this is like a flippity roo. So disappointments imply expectation, true. And yet I want us, and I believe that we want to expect the best, to have these positive expectations, but not to intertwine other people into them in this weird controlling way. Like you have to, and you don't fit in here, blah 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 blah. So a lot of us were like perpetually disappointed by parental promises, by life itself, because of 3D construct and mainstream bombardment of like, this is how your life should be, and we're like, we're never gonna live up to that illusion. and then and then us coming back to like ourselves, right? I love the beautiful sheets. Me too. Mixed feelings. Mixed feelings. What do you mean exactly? Listen, peeps. The things. I love you, Miss Kate. So Brazen are going back to like disappointments and expectation. Yes, certainly when it comes to like other and how we're like entangled with other and assuming that other is gonna fulfill something for self. And the pain, yes, is like the pain is like our attachment to expectation versus our beingness in the presence, right? Because once we drop back into presence, the pain goes, the expectation falls away. But we don't realize how patterned we are to expect certain things, i.e., perpetual disappointment, one after the other. Life is just a fucking disappointment. No, it's not. It doesn't have to be, but we place a lot of our value, we place a lot of our worth, we play a lot of our external loving um, expectation on externals, right? Rather than having more time where we just sit here and harness the heart love vibrashe. Yes, that way, because you cannot outwit creation. In fact, you are creation itself, but most of us are disconnected. We're looking for ourselves out in the stuff and the things and the jobs and the people rather than being like, I'm creation. I'm actually creation. So why would creation try to do stuff? Why would creation itself like where was I? Why? Damn it! But anyway, why would creation, where was I getting at? Be disappointed in itself because it's just like, oh, just keep creating more self. So there's no room for disappointment in essence because create. You're just like oh, like every new moment is like live, and then you're excited by that and you're present with that. But then there might be days where that like goes like this and you're just like, it's life. It's not necessarily that exciting, it's just life, right? So you guys, I what is life? I'm sleeping more, which is great. I feel like I've hit a new threshold of existence because I'm now sleeping more than like, well, I'm not waking up at 3 and 4 in the morning. I'm now waking up at 5 and 6. Although let's just be honest, I'm probably just still recouping from traveling back from Canada. Guys. Resistance. Be who you be, and you will see. Pretty much, that is 100%. Oh, these are beautiful affirmations, guys. It's only been 15 minutes. I'm ready to close her down. I think this has been actually very like succinct. There's like a lot of juicy goodness in there because of you guys and how you've shared. And I'm in a little bit of a wild and crazy mood today, so I'm gonna go meditate and probably move my body around in the yoga vibration. Like I just started to annoy myself, so it's definitely time to close her down. But This quote from the Miss Kate is juicy, juicy. Go with the flow as we are creator beings. But if you force co-creation with those not in alignment, it creates resistance. That's a big piece, y'all. And the resistance can be subtle, and we shan't make excuses for other. If we feel resistance, that's the truth. The feelings are always more true than like our rational thinking mind. That rational thinking logical capacity is incredibly useful. Obviously we need it, we want it, but we don't want to use that mental capacity to override the feeling knowingness, right, of where someone is at, where we're at, what's going on, because oh my gosh. So I've just also hit up this really realization of like, so I'm 37 and I'm like, life is only just beginning again. Cause there's like this rebirth feeling and I'm like, as in maybe I thought when I was 22 that by now life would be done, or I know, why do we think that? Oh, like at some point, well, I'll just be married with kids and then I'll be done. Or I will have achieved something and then I'll be done. And now I'm like, I'm not done and I'm only just getting started. I always feel like that though. Well, not always. I often feel like that. Like I often have this little like this sort of like warrior in me that is like new paradigm energies. We're just getting started. Oh God. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Heart, Violet Mel's, Miss Kate, you rock. I can feel the resonance vibrashe. Loving it this morning. And Banu, you are a juicy, juicy friend. I love you all. That way. Brazenel. John. I think that is all. But I love you guys. What is somebody who was saying how like we want to take out the word just. Like it's just you guys. It's not just, it's all of you guys. Like boosh. And then there was another one like, that's all. No, but that's a lot. That's not just You know what I mean? Language that kind of like patronizes or puts down versus language that upholds and empowers. So we'll continue to work on that. There's a few of you who are really up on like the linguistics and the language and all of that kind of stuff. So I just look forward to like keep learning more and and sharing everything. I love you guys. I'm curious about what that is. Invalidates, I'm not sure. Yeah, but I love you. Big virtual hugs for all of you guys, my friends. I look forward to seeing you live. For some reason, I have a sneaky suspicion that I'm going to go live later today, but what is life? I don't know what I'm saying. But I do actually, usually, although I'm not attached to any of it, it just spews, but it's coming from a good love heart place. So, just roll with it. Okay. I'm gonna close her down today. Invalidating language. Ooh. Validation. Okay, this is amazing. I gotta write it down because there's something even just in that little invalidating language. This is like evolution for all of us, all this stuff. Anyway, you guys, I love you so much and I'm so appreciative of you. You have no idea, this unfolding and this journey has just really picked up momentum. Like in my yesterday share around the June energies, I can really tangibly feel and see the manifestations, and we're all part of it together. So yeah, just mega thanks, and wishing you all a glorious day. And feel free to reach out. Feel free to go to altalove.com. You can check for coaching sessions and all that kind of stuff. It's just our higher selves working together to noodle and work stuff out. So see you on the next live, Miss Kate. I'll see you guys. I'll see you all on the next live. Have a great day, you guys. You're amazing. I love you, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace out.